Hey, it's been a few months since Nick All-Stars, and I think we can finally evaluate the game's current. Wait, it's barely been 3 months? Seriously? Hey, you know what? Time's a man-made concept. Expect me to still be able to grasp it in this economy? What's going on? That's wild. But you know what? I'll let him off easily. Actually, you know what, Ludosity? I ain't done with you just yet. Let me tell you all about the predecessor of Nick All-Stars, the framework for the platform fighter Slap City. Now, immediately upon launching Slap City, you're gonna notice the menu music. You hear that bliss? That tantalizing track? Well, that plays every single time. But hey, the game's soundtrack isn't actually half bad like this one. Now, the only actual absence of audio I've noticed is pretty much the lack of fighter interactions and noises. There's no grunts, character reactions, nothing, just straight hands. Which, you know, covers out of mine. If you played Nick All-Stars, you may have noticed the same thing. And is not necessarily a deal breaker, it just makes the game feel, well, deadpan. And it's not the only platform fighter to do so. I'm pretty sure Brawl does the same in a way. It's probably either a design choice or just not in the budget. But hey, at least the characters look, interesting. Let's talk more about the gameplay. So you'll probably notice some of the animations look pretty jank, and honestly, yeah, they are, not gonna lie. But that's kind of part of the charm, whether or not it was intentional. Hey, it's just funny to watch a buff fish person throw a whole dumbbell at a businessman that's literally a hot dog. Can't tell me it doesn't sound dumb but intriguing. With the jank animations come the snappiness of the combat. Since there's less wind-up frames for attack animations due to quick jank, the combat is faster paced, resulting in more sporadic, less predictable battles due to the sheer speed and harder tells for attacks in a good portion of time, and the dead zones are less forgiving than other titles in the genre. The format is actually interesting, as you would have more of advances learning your enemy's patterns, and you are constantly on your toes learning as the fight goes on. Or, of course, you can just button mash at high speeds and pray. Hey, I'm not judging. Unless you're sliding my shit, then I'm definitely judging you. The game features 9 fighters and 32 stages, with a few that you should recognize if you're familiar with Ludosity's other IPs, such as It'll Do and Princess Remedy. Every fighter derives from one of their games, and as for stages, some are original, some of them are from their games. Oh, and that's a lot of stages right there, actually. Kudos to you, Ludosity. And before you guys say anything about the roster, just consider the fact that every fighter has a different moveset. None of them are just echoes of one another. And this is also an indie game, so, you know, come on. Cut them some slack. And now, they've got more on their plate with Nick All-Stars. And they're only like a team of maybe 6 people? I don't know, I tried checking the website, but I used to get hit with 404 error. However, now the website no longer 404s, but there's a few things absent from the website, including vital information on the team. But hey, it's a start. Now, you want something to talk about? Let's talk about the fact that Slap City was casted aside immediately after the full launch. No content updates, roadmap, nothing. Once the game was launched, that was it. No more. Maybe bug fixes every now and then, but not a single major update. Even on the Slap City page, there's no recent news for updates of the game. And well, it looks like after September 2020, aka the 1.04 release, there hasn't been even as much as a single fighter bounce patch, or anything. Kinda sucks since nowadays you don't expect games to get new content or patches post-launch, but Ludosity has been hard at work with Nick All-Stars, and currently working a Switch port for Slap City. Heck, Nick's even getting new fighters and alts for the base fighters as well, for free at that. That's pretty solid. Kinda wish that were the same case for Slap City, but, you know, it is what it is. All in all, Slap City is actually pretty fun, janky and all, and honestly, I try to be fair in my judging with it, with some comparisons to Nick All-Stars, of course, because that's the title that came immediately after, which followed the same formula. And game development isn't easy, and funding and resources are hard to come by, especially now. But they made it work the best they could. It's not often you actually see games crawl out of early access hell, so this one's a winner. Plus it seems that they delivered on what they offered, and more, so that's actually pretty great. Kudos to you, Ludosity, and I hope the best for your future. With Smash Ultimate's finale, it's going to be very interesting to see the future for platform fighters, including new games and DLC to the current ones such as Slap City and Nick All-Stars. And hey, Nick All-Stars has been pretty quiet aside from the Garfield launch, so hopefully they can get back on top before another platform fighter sneaks up on them and undercuts their progress. But that wouldn't happen for a while, would it?